my definition of a fangirl is someone who is, I guess, extremely dedicated to their interests. It could be anything, crafting or music, or, I mean, usually when we think of fangirl, we think more like sci-fi fantasy kinds of things. But I think, I mean, you could be passionate about anything. So I guess being passionate about something makes you a fangirl. I think I realized I was a fangirl probably in college. You know, growing up, I mean, we didn't have the internet until I was a junior in high school, so 97, 98. So, I mean, there wasn't really, and fangirl didn't really exist in my vocabulary, so I didn't really know such a concept existed. I had a few of my old high school friends who were like really into X-Files, so we always thought, you know, they're really obsessed with it, and they'd say they were dedicated, but we didn't really have the terminology to be like, that we are fangirls about over something. But then when I was in college and had internet access, you know, every day I started exploring, you know, what fandoms were like in the internet world, and then kind of started realizing, oh, there's like a big community. So then the word fangirl showed up. I'm like, oh, I guess that is what I am. Just really dedicated about a certain property in like a TV show or a band or a movie or something like that. So it took a while. I didn't really know what I was until much later. Oh, I definitely express my fandom side in everyday life. I mean, my apartment is like Comic-Con exhibit hall. There's toys everywhere. I mean, that's our decor for our house. We have, you know, Doctor Who themed license plate on our car. I wear this bracelet, I mean, for my music side, I wear this bracelet every day. It's for the Arctic Monkeys, another one of my favorite bands. And I have my Lord of the Rings ring that I wear every day. So, and you just, you know, I have my tattoos, wearing clothes, finding places to visit just every day that are fandom related, just going online every single day and researching different things related to fandom, usually cosplay or exclusive like figures and stuff like that. So it's, I mean, when I'm not busy working, I'm usually looking up fandom related stuff online. Oh, I think when I started first expressing my fangirlness, it was always all in. The Beatles were my first main kind of thing that I was passionate about, so it was always whatever. I became a Beatles fan when I was 14, like right before freshman year in high school. So whenever any kind of pocket money we got from my parents, it was like a CD or a T-shirt or some kind of VHS, or I don't even know if DVDs were out in like 95, I don't remember. But yeah, I mean, it was always like any money I got was, you know, Beatles stuff. And when I was a kid, I was really into the Monkees. So when that kind of came about again, when I was a little bit older, so buying the episodes on VHS and going to Hot Topic and buying band tees and things like that. So yeah, no, I mean, even now, any extra money I have, it's spending on fandom related things, which is, you know, my husband's like, it's your money. As long as the bills are paid, it's okay. But maybe don't buy that Funko Pop this week. The way I connect with people in fandoms these days is, you know, I mean, Twitter is great. I've gotten into Discord a lot lately. One of my friends who's an artist, you've probably seen like 100% Soft. He does those dumpster fire figures, and he does a lot of the Marvel icons. So he made me the moderator of his Discord. So I've met a lot of fans, and we all came together because we were fans of this artist, but of course, in fandom, everyone loves everything else. So I've met a lot of new people who are into Doctor Who and Buffy and Star Wars and Lord of the Rings and everything else. In the early days, it was, you know, LiveJournal. I never really got into Tumblr a whole lot, but I think I still have one somewhere. I just post pictures, but I think, I mean, the best way probably to connect is meeting random people at conventions, in line, or someone is over there taking pictures and you're like, oh, hey! And then you just, you know, end up becoming friends. So, I mean, convention's the best place, in line at convention or, fandom related activities, just meet friends that way. I think the thing I like the most about the fangirl community is that everyone is very accepting and encouraging. Like, if you're cosplaying, we're not all the best. Some of us, I can't sew, I can't create anything, I have to buy everything. But it doesn't matter if you have the screen accurate thing or something you made yourself. Everyone is very encouraging and everyone is very complimentary. And it's like if you need help with something, everyone helps each other out. Everyone's just loving. My husband and I, we're fairly similar as far as what we're interested in. He has his anime stuff, which I don't really get into because he watches some stuff. I'm like, I don't know what's going on. I don't understand. So that's probably his fandom that's kind of his own. Everything else, we both love Star Wars, we both love Doctor Who. Some of the stuff that we both love, I've exposed him to. Like, he never really watched Buffy when he was in high school. He didn't really watch Lost. We watched all that together. Doctor Who was something that we both kind of discovered together. I remember because he does karate. He was out late one night practicing, and I watched Rose. I watched the first episode, and I was like, oh, this is awesome. I can't watch anymore because he has to be here so we can watch it together. I think my dad has fanboy tendencies. Like, he's very much into film and music. My mom watches all the fandom type movies, but she just watches them and then she enjoys them, but she doesn't understand why I love them as much as I do. For her, it's like, why are you so obsessed? You're like almost 40 years old. Shouldn't you be growing out of this by now? And it's kind of like, they don't quite understand. And it's frustrating. And then they'll say things to be like, oh, Comic-Con's not big anymore. And I'm like, dude, what are you even talking about? Because they'll see news articles where it's like, oh, Warner Brothers and Marvel aren't coming to Hall H this year. Comic-Con must suck now. And my mom will read these things and she'll be like, oh yeah, I heard Comic-Con sucks. And I'm like, you don't even know it. They sell out within 45 minutes. I think it's still pretty big. They don't quite understand, I guess for them, is the obsession with all these things. They think it's for children. And it's like, no, it's not really. You need to go and experience and to realize that it's not for just kids. What I would want fangirls to know is, I guess, don't get discouraged. Don't feel like what you love is weird or strange and don't be afraid to show how much you care about them. Because, you have people who be like, oh, why do you love this so much? It's stupid. It's like, it doesn't matter. It's what you love. Don't be afraid to love what you love, and don't be afraid to show that you love it.